Hey, hello everybody. This is going to be a training video for the Huntington Bicycle Club ride leaders. So if you're a ride leader, we now have the ability for the ride leaders to enter the rides. We did this last summer with a different calendar. So even if you learned that procedure, there's now a new procedure with the new website that we have. The website is based on Club Express. So what's going to happen is, first of all, you have to make sure you're logged into the website. And the way you're going to know that, up in the top right corner, it's going to say your name. In this case, I'm logged in as HBC member. We'll have your name there. Otherwise, it'll say member log on. Also, you'll see the link for Ride with GPS and the storefront, which you won't see if you're not logged in. So this is the first step. Make sure you're logged in. The next thing is how are we going to enter a ride in our calendar. Now, the calendar now is called the event calendar instead of a ride calendar, because we now put on here all sorts of events like ride meetings. And right now I have something up there about the Bicycle Film Festival. We're going to put the Gold Coast there. So it's now called the event calendar. But what's the first step to entering a ride? First thing you'll do, you have to go to the top left corner and click on the control panel. You'll see here in the control panel, events. So we're going to click on events. And what happens is a search box comes up. So click right here, click search. And what's going to happen is you're going to see all the rides that have been listed. You can narrow that search down, by the way, if you have a particular ride you're looking for. And you can do that by start date and by the title, by category, what level it is, or that type of thing. So say if I said B plus and I did a search, I now only have the B plus rides. So at any rate, that's how the search works. You can use the search, just click search, you're going to see every ride, and you can narrow your search down as time goes on. You might have a need to do that. So what I did was we created something here called an event template. So what we're recommending is, especially in the beginning, is that the ride leaders use the event template. I wrote here, it says, do not delete. Please don't delete it. Because we're garbage can here, you can delete it. And what will happen is, I'm going to go through each step, but once you copy the template, a lot of the things have been laid out for you already. And down the road, as we start to use the calendar more, and say, for example, you're going to do a ride from Smith Street to Glen Cove, and say 2-3 weeks later, you want to repeat that ride, then you'll be able to, if that ride was originally generated with the template and is set up correctly and everything went well, you can just copy that ride and change the date. And now, so that'll be fine. But in the beginning, we want to use the template. So down here at the bottom, you can see I have, people have been copying it. So you can see there's a template here. And I'm going to go over to the right, and we're under the maintain column. The first one is where you could edit the template. The second one, it says copy, share, and delete. So what we're going to do to start out is we're going to copy it. So if you click on copy, what comes up is it says event title. So this is where you're going to change the name of your ride. So what I would type in here is, it's going to say since they're still in this case test mode, obviously you wouldn't be putting in test, but I'm doing that now. I'm going to say test B plus ride to Glen Cove. So now I've copied the ride. I've given it a new, I'm in the process of copying the ride. I've given it a new name. I only want one copy. You can, I don't know why you want multiple copies. And you're going to come on with a start date. So I'm going to say my start date is going to be Sunday, February 28th. And now I'm going to click on copy event. By the way, see the red dot? That means that any field in any screen in any place on the website where you see that, that's a required field to continue on to the next field, the next screen. So we're going to click on copy event. Okay, so now what happened was it created an event, and it now just puts it in the list. Unfortunately, you would think that when you did that, it would open up to the screen to that, but it doesn't. So you have to look for it. That's where you might want to refine your search if the list is really long. But at any rate, it's right here, February 28th, test B plus ride to Glen Cove. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to modify it. I'm going to customize that route. So this little pencil icon, you're going to click on that. And what's going to open up is this screen here. And you can see there are a lot of tabs going across the top. And then down below here is the same tabs where you're going to be working on. So in other words, basic info, here's basic info. Feature description, formatted description, event context, and so on. So you could just click on these different buttons up above, which will bring you to those. So, and then if you just click on it, they call that an envelope. It shows more detail of what's really in there. But what we really want to do is go into the pencil, which is, once again, how you edit. And the screen comes up. So what you would do here, you could say, once again, there's the name. It says short description. So I just said, enter some basic information here. Is it hilly? Is it flat? You know, then you're going to make sure you're in the right category. If you say, for example, it's not going to be a B plus ride. Say it's, you want a C plus ride or a ride, whatever. And as I also say here, the date visible is before the ride start date. So in other words, I'm going to come down. So you can put in here, so you could type in your own description here in this short description box, and that will show up later in the calendar. Visibility. This is very, very important. The default that I had set it to in the template is visible to everybody, details for members only. And the reason that's very important, what that means is that if somebody is not logged into the calendar, they will go to the event calendar, they'll be able to see a ride. However, if they click on that ride, a box will come up and say, you have to log in or join the club. However, because you have the ability, you can go in there and change this, and we don't want you to do that. Leave it to the default. Now, the date visible date, we want to make that set to, I have it on the 28th, say set out to say the 25th or something, some 4 or 5 days out from today's date. And the reason for that is this will give the ride coordinator a chance to approve the ride. What the date visible has to be before the date of your ride, but we don't want it the date you post it. We want it to be at least 3 days out, 3-4 days out. So it gives the ride captains a chance to review the ride. And then once they approve the ride, they'll change it to the date that they approved the ride. And then what this means, date visible, means the date is visible on the calendar. So if I put in 225 on the count on here, and I save this, if I went to the calendar, I won't see that ride. It just won't be there until this date. So we want to start out with not the day you enter this. If today's the 22nd, for example, I'm going to choose the 25th. And then the ride coordinator is going to get an email when I'm done that I created this ride. And I'm going to be the event contact, so they know it came from me. So they'll have a chance to go. They're going to review things, like they're going to make sure it says visible to everybody, details for members only, that type of thing. And they might have other reasons they want to review it. In some cases, I know you could get, say, 3 people posting B plus rides on Sunday, but nobody posts anything on Saturday. So they might want to talk to the ride leaders and see if we can change a date or something like that. So whatever the reasons are that they might want to hold, that they want to approve it, that's what happens. Now, in the bottom here, once again, this is the template. We ask you not to check anything else here or uncheck anything else here. The only thing you really need to do on the screen is put in a short description. Make sure the category is the category you want from the list. And make sure the date visible is 2 or 3 days, at least 3 days, 4 days, whatever it is, later than the day you're actually posting the ride. So when you're done, you're going to go down to the bottom panel. But once again, the default is, I already said it was, this is a template. But anytime you're working, particularly if you do a new write or something, you want to make sure that it says this panel is complete, and you're going to click on save. Next is the formatted description. So now in the formatted description, this is where you can really put a lot of detailed information. Like I gave a suggestion here, points of interest, stops on the route, the rest stop location, the mileage, amount of climb, the ride with GPS link, and a photo. So what you can do is if you'd like to, there's an icon right here, and it's called Show Hide Additional Tools. So when I click that, I get a whole another row of tools, and that might help me help your writers formatting the information that they want to put in here. It just gives you more tools to do it. So one of the things that people like to do is to put in a photograph. What I've done is, see these two little icons, one says insert photo, one says insert image. If you click on the insert photo, and in the tabs, there's a tab, like the drop down, I remember, called venues. So what I did was I created a photo album called venues. And if I hit show photos, so now you have a list, and it's destination and start locations with photos. So say, for example, Breezy Park, you'll see the little image of it here. That's on Breezy Park. You know, let's go to Port Jeff. You see the ferry, Short Beach, etc. So I have St. Rocco's, one of our popular spots, the St. James Bakery. So, and if you have photos that you want to use on your own, you can do that as well. But if you send them to me, I'll put them in this photo album so they'll be available to everybody if you think they. So please do that. So I'm going to say, well, I said this was Glen Cove. So that's perfect. So I'm on St. Rocco's, right? So let's use St. Rocco's. Now the choices down here, display as link, display as a thumbnail. I'm going to say display as embedded image on the page. Oh, I got to click it. Sorry. Okay. I got to select that if that's what I want to do. I can put it all to the text if I want, but I'm not going to bother. So there's my picture of St. Rocco's. So the other thing you can do is, like I suggested here, would be a ride with GPS link. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go down and get some free space here. So the way you would do that is this little icon here. It says insert link. So we're going to click on that. So now it says, what is the link type? So when you hit the down arrow, you're going to get all these different kind of types. You want external page. And now here's where you're going to put the ride with GPS link in. So I just happen to have some, remembered some of the ones I had. So I'm going to say this is the one I want. Now, how do you want it displayed? So you could display it as text and type in the words here, as a button or an image. So I'm going to use a button, and I'm going to say ride with GPS to Glen Cove link. And I'm going to say it's going to open a new window and hit save. Now you can see here, it created a button. And so that button is going to be the link. Now when the members come to join, they can click on this link and it'll bring them to the ride with GPS link. So these are the type of things you can do in here. You can also put any kind of more text that you would like to do. So once you complete there, now you're going to hit save. Next tab over, once again, you can either click up here or you can click down on the bottom here. So if you click to the right here to get the pencil, event contact. So what you're going to want to do is you want to select yourself. You search, you see all the members. Let's see. Yeah, member. Okay, so HBC member, and all right, select. So now your name would appear here, and the reason for this is you're going to become the contact for this event. Unfortunately, since this Club Express is used by a different kind of club, it doesn't know that you're going to be the ride leader necessarily. But this way, when the email goes out to the ride coordinators, for example, they'll know which ride coordinator is for. Also, for any communications for this, you will be the contact. And then we're going to hit add. So now you have to hit the add button after you select yourself, and now save. Okay. So as I was saying, you can also just go like up here and click a location instead of, and now I already have it defaulted to Smith Street. However, say you're leaving out of someplace else. You know, you can pick, these are the predefined locations. St. James and Green Hill, the beside house train station, etc. So for right now, we're going to leave it at Smith Street. All right, hit save. Actually, that's right. I didn't change anything there, but so as we go across, the next is registration and fees. This you pretty much don't have to do anything. If you want to just take a look. However, I right now have capacity defaulted to 10. If you want to go lower, you can. We recommend not going above that. You could change this to 8, for example, if you wanted to. Once again, who can register? Right now, we have it defaulted in the template to active members, so you don't really have to change anything there. Questions? Okay, so we have 2 questions. A sweep question, which says, do you want to sweep? And that is not a required question. And then emergency contacts. As of right now, the ride leader will be able to see who is registered, but they won't be able to see the emergency contact information, even though it's in those people's profiles. And Club Express has told us that we were asked about that. It's a lot of bike clubs have been asking. So they do plan on giving us that eventually. But as of right now, we don't have it. So we're asking emergency contact information to be filled out. Emails. So what you probably want to do here is, I thought it should have been sent, checked in the template, but automatically send a reminder email to all registrants. And you can pick these dates if you want. Do not check this box or send a reminder to the entire club. Don't do that. You don't want to do that. And save. And you can also just look at the last steps of the policy. All right, and that's just a cancellation policy, but we're allowing people to cancel. We don't have any real policy. We're not charging for these rides if you're a club member. So, so you can just save that. So that's all the information. Once again, it looks like a lot of tabs, but a lot of them are preset from the template, or if you copy your ride. And once you get used to doing it, I don't think it'll be so bad. So now, over here on the top right, they call this admin tool. And you'll see here registration. So as people sign up, if you click this, you're gonna you might have to hit the search button. A lot of these screens you have to search. No one signed up yet, you know. But I'm gonna go back, and so the next one after that is there's a wait list. If there was a wait list, attendance. Okay, so this is how you mark attendance. We haven't decided exactly what that's going to do for us yet. But if you hit mark attendance for registered members, all right, you can, once the day of the ride, you can do that, or record who, that way it records who went on the ride. Reports, you have all these reports that you can run, registration details, event registrations, etc. Once again, if you have a list of registered, you can run a report. This one here is notes, export, share. If you want to say share this event on the Facebook page, you felt it's a nice ride, you want to share it, you can click share. And oh, I got pop-up log. Prevent me doing it. If people use quick releases, which I can show you that in a little bit, if they signed up with that, they would be there. And then we can view the event. I'll click on view the event. So this is what it's going to look like on the calendar. All right, so it's going to show you the picture we put on. Here's your link to Ride GPS. This is the location. This is a link, the Google link to the start location. This will tell you how many people have registered, and capacity is 10, available slots 10. So as people register, obviously these numbers will change. So over here to the right, this is where people are going to be signing up. This is the list of registrants, and then this is that thing we just spoke about called sign quick release. I'm going to show you this quick. You can actually do this on your phone. If a non-member shows up, from our insurance point of view, you're allowed to have a non-member participate in one ride before they become a member based on our insurance policy. So but they won't be able to get to this screen. So the ride leader would have to click on this on their phone. And what will happen is these red dots, once again, are required. So you have to fill in the information. And then here is our entire waiver that would be on the old sign-up sheet. They would hit agree, and then they would sign their name with the mouse, or their finger, I should say. A mouse on the computer, but their finger on their phone. All right, and then if they made a mistake, they want to try again, you can clear it and you can type it again. So that's how that works. And you would save that, and then that person is registered for the ride, and they did a quick release waiver. Now, the other interesting thing is just because you created the ride and you're the contact, you're not registered for the ride. You're not automatically. So you have to sign up yourself, even the ride leader created the ride. So what you would do is go to sign up now. Okay, you're going to sign up for yourself. And say next. Okay, these are those questions. Remember, see the red dot? It says your emergency contact. It says, please enter your emergency contact name and phone number. This one said, would you be interested in being a sweep on this ride? So you don't have to answer that one. This one I have it, it's remembered. All right, and so you have to fill that one in. Go next. And now here comes the waiver. So this is the entire waiver that you would be signing, to sign at the lot. Next. And then they want you to review your event registration, not complete, until you review the information below, and then click complete registration. So everything looks good. I'm going to hit complete registration. So your registration has been saved, no payment is necessary. And then you will get an email that you're registered. So that's basically, and then let's take a look at the event calendar. Now the event calendar can be shown in list view or grid view. And you can see in January over this bicycle film festival here, and you can go down to February and you'll see all these rides. Or you can click on future. There's all different ways of viewing the calendar. And you'll see it goes all the way out. And once again, if you go to switch back to grid view, it looks like a regular calendar. So, so that's how it works. You're seeing this ride here, by the way, Test B Ride the Glen Cove, because you are an event coordinator. So let's do this. Let's log out. So I'm going to go up here and say log out. Thank you for that. So now you'll notice once again, as I was saying, the storefront ride with your guest links are gone. However, if I go to the event calendar and I go down here, and here is February 28th, and guess what? I don't see the ride. And if you remember, we had put date visible. Today is the 22nd, and I said visible the 25th. So the ride is not here yet. So what's going to happen is the ride coordinator will get an email that you posted the ride. And then once they approve it, they'll change the visible on date to today's date, which hopefully will be the same day you post it. And then the ride will show up here. So that's basically an overview of how to post a ride and how the event calendar works. So I hope that was useful. And I hope that, this is a good season, that we're going to be able to utilize this calendar and that it works out well. Thanks.